Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo. Introduce myself. My name is Adeliah My number ID 206121110. Here I will explain to you about Suggestopedia method. First, definition of Suggestopedia. This Suggestopedia method originated in Bulgaria. This method was first developed by an educator, psychotherapist, and psychist named Giorgio Lozanov. Lozanov believes the relaxation and contraction technique will help students unlock their subconscious and acquire and master a greater quantity of vocabulary and structure. Lozanov based this method on various disciplines such as yoga, classic music, parapsychology, and autogenetic therapy, which supposedly can increase the speed of learning 5 to 15 times the usual. Through practice with special technique, students are enabled to develop their super memories and learn a large quantity of language material in very short time. Suggestopedia is a set of learning recommendations derived from suggestology, which is intended by Lozanov as a science of the systematic study or irrational or unconscious influence that humans constantly respond to. This method tries to take advantage of this irrational influence and diverts and directs to optimize learning. Next, the goals of Suggestopedia. The goals of Suggestopedia. Number 1, to make students relax in learning. And the second, to make students enjoy the learning process. And the third, and move in order to move towards positive thinking. Characteristic of Suggestopedia. As for the characteristic of this method, number 1, to make the atmosphere suggestive in place of application. The second, to use soft-like. And the third, to play fine music. And the fourth, to make cheerful room decorations. And the 5, to sit comfortably. And the last, and dramatic technique used by teacher in presenting learning materials. Next, any principle of Suggestopedia. The basic principle of the suggestion approaches a concept which is stated that humans can be directed to carry out an activity because of suggestions. Suggestopedia does not believe in the use of language laboratories, nor does it believe in rigorous structural exercise. Exercise in the form of a mechanistic to be is not going to bring good result. On the other hand, Suggestopedia emphasizes the mental absorptions of the research learning materials to be pondered, memories, and used with other students in the class. Next, any teacher roles. Number first, the teacher delivers the material learning, and the second, increase student learning motivation, and the third, teachers must be able to encourage students to actively participate in learning, and the last, teachers can using method or approach to learning approach in order to be able to improve motivation, because the learning process cannot go well when students don't have motivation to learn. Next, any student roles. Number first, active in teaching and learning process, and the second, follow the learning procedures as requested by the teachers, and the last, language skill. Number first, listening. Listening is a language skill to be able to focus and digest the existing information. Then the second, talk. Language is tools for communication. We communicate with others, express our ideas, and also understand other people's ideas. Therefore, communication tools will function optimally when the factors that support their productive skill are mastered. And the third, reading. Reading is a skill in understanding. Reading can help you develop all parts of language, such as vocab, spelling, language or sentence structure, and writing. And the last, write. One of the last four language skill is writing. Writing is an activity of document information into a written means. With the development of social media, almost everyone writes about their activity as a form of self-expression. And the last example of teaching learning process, maybe like a learning process in the class or a learning process outside the classroom. Maybe that's all I can say. I am. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.